Welcome back to Warzone Workshop. Got something special today. Wasn't expecting it. Hit me like a brick. So I picked up, and I hope you've seen it, my second Airsoft GI mystery box. When I did, I ended up winning their live stream. Apparently that's going to be, it's an Army armament pistol that's going to be sent to me. Apparently it's going to be sent separate. Didn't realize that when I did the unboxing, which you've probably seen. It hasn't gone yet. Hopefully you've seen. It hasn't gone live yet at the time of filming this, but I gotta review this gun. It's just so freaking good. It's so cool. It's changing what I'm gonna use for my next game. I gotta use this thing. This is gonna be the next gun I take out onto a field and use. This thing's freaking sweet. I've been wanting one for a long time, and I have a cheap one. I have a Sima Romanian AK. I'm going to be taking that and I'm going to be comparing that to this. This is an E&L Romanian AK. Let's get it out. So, this is what I ended up getting. Got my paperwork here. Now, out of the box, you'll have your paperworks. They do a really nice little paperwork thing. You'll have this little stopper here, which keeps the charging handle from poking a hole in the box. Wonderful feature. And you will have your beautiful solid metal real wood AK. This one has the side folding wire stock, which got some stiffness to it. The selector, it definitely clicks into place, but it's not super stiff. It's definitely usable. The hop up is this nice red hop up bar. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, this thing is gorgeous. It's got this wonderful finish to it. It looks scary real. And I'm going to, of course, bring in for some close-ups, and then we'll compare the two on this blue mat here. Also inside the box, if you have never picked one up, you'll get your metal mid-cap magazine. I'm assuming it's going to be like 120 rounds or so. I'll have to check that. You'll also get this, which is a little bottle thing that just you would, I guess, put your BBs and whatnots in it. I don't know what you'd put in here, but it's just a nice little thing that they add, and it would look good if you had the gun sitting on a table and you had this with it, with some other cleaning tools and whatnot. It would look good. Also, you get a metal flash hider to replace the US compliant orange flash hider, which is plastic. You'll swap it out with this metal one to use on your own private property or wherever it's permitted. There you go. Rubber piece to keep it from clanging when the two pieces knock together, which is useful. And then of course, push the button to open it. You gotta be careful when you got moving metal parts that you don't pinch your thumb. And then of course you open it to release it. I would probably go with that method so you don't wear it out. And oh my goodness, that wood. Woo! This is lovingly, affectionately referred to as the Donkey Dong. Why they would call it that, I don't know. I guess you'd have to use your imagination for that one. But it's hardwood, and you grip it. And it's good handle. I mean, solid purchase there. So, yep. It feels much better than the Simon one. Much better. It's thinner, and you can get a good hand on it. Ooh, oh my gosh, that color is so good. I'll have to get some nice photos that show just how good this wood looks. Oh my goodness. Now, one thing I've got to do quickly is replace that orange flash hider with this black one. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. I'm going to go ahead and pull this stuff out of the box. I'm going to leave the fuse in here, but it's there if I need it later on. When I pick out a rifle case for this gun, any fuses and stuff like that will be getting put into the rifle case in a designated little spot for them, so that if I take it with me somewhere, I have stuff that I need for it with it. Now, of course, what you got is you got your magazine, your flash hider, the little bottle thing, and you got your Romanian AK with Donkey Dong. Never gets old. All right, so I'm gonna real quickly compare it to the Simon one. All right, now the Simon one, to be fair, I bought it used, and then I weathered it. So it looks rough, but it actually is that rough. Also, it broke while I was filming a video with it in real time. So, like, it didn't break, and then I just filmed it, and I was like, oh, look, it broke. No, it broke as I was doing the video. Right here, this piece right here, sheared right off. So then I gotta put this zip tie on it to hold it. Now, the grip does not feel anything like how good this one is. This one is beautiful. And it's already got nick marks on little nicks on the back of it from just loading and unloading that magazine probably 6 times so far. The back of this one, of course, is marred up. It'll happen. You can't avoid it if you're going to use the AK with the Donkey Dong. That grip will get smacked. And the only way to avoid that, to keep it nice, would be to sand it again or put some electrical tape around it. Which would defeat the purpose of having a nice looking grip. Now, this thing is just kind of loose, but it's, oh my gosh, like everything on it is just done better with the E&L. Like, I can't think of anything on here from the factory that's better. This is even that point. This one can hold its own weight. The E&L one can't. It will auto disengage the bolt, the locking pin. This one holds its own weight, but it doesn't hold itself locked in place, and you can fling it out. Can't do with that one. However, this one will not hold its own weight. This one definitely will. Interesting. Well, at least you can close that one easier, and you can open this one easier. So, whichever one you'd rather have, open easy or close easy. This one, of course, has a weapon charm that has been added, a goldfish weapon charm. And it's a fun gun. It's a good beginner AK. Get yourself in there, get a feel for that Romanian dong. Let's see if it can take my... Oh, yeah. It's got some wobble to it, but back and forth. But that would be good. And the stock's got some wobble to it. But like I said, it's quite used. And back to the E&L. curious as to why it won't stay in the lock position, why it'll let you do that. I'm not sure if it's supposed to do that or not. Because I would think that it would lock into the open position and the closed position equally. I'll have to check. It might be something that I need to adjust. But go ahead and load this up. Look at that. Oof. Oh my goodness. I gotta get that flash hider off. What am I doing? Alright, let's do this. Now, it's just like every other AK. You got this little push plunger at the top. And you'll have to push that down in order to then rotate it. But they use glue on these things. And personally, the way I like to get rid of them is I take a heat gun and I heat up the front of it. You can't do that, of course, if it's got a plastic barrel. So, well, gonna heat this up and we'll pop that off and put this on. After applying a little bit of heat to it and melting it a bit, you can then, pushing down the plunger, remove said orange tip. And you can do it safely with a heat gun. You can also do it safely with a soldering iron with a plastic like plastic cutting wedge tip. That's what I just did. I didn't have my heat gun over here, so I sliced across the top of it with the soldering gun and pushed down the plunger, grabbed it with the pliers, and just went and popped right off. And not a lot of glue on it, holding it on. So I can get that thing out of there, put this back where it belongs, and then do what this AK needs, and that is what every airsofter thinks about all the time. As soon as they get their gun, first thing they think about, come on baby, just the tip. Just the tip. Come on. There we go. Get on them threads. Don't mess up your threads, guys. Don't mess up your threads. If it's not going on, don't force it. Let it just smooth and let it just go. And then once it gets down, it'll get to the plunger. Go ahead and push that plunger down with your sheer will power. Till it gets all the way down to the end of the threads. And then what you're going to want to do is back it off until it gets to that right there. Let it click into place. And now you've got yourself a very, very realistic looking Romanian AK-47. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, no optic rail, doesn't need one. You are the optic. You look down its rear sight, you line it up with its front sight, and you squeeze that trigger back nice and slow. Boom. You put that round down range. They won't call their hits, but you know, you can just try again. Let's go ahead and hop over to my Ace Tech Bluetooth chronograph, and we'll get some numbers on this. I'm just gonna put a 9.6 stick battery inside the top here, and we'll get some numbers then. And I'm actually gonna have to order some new stick batteries for some of my AKs. But I'll do that at a later time. Let's go ahead and also get an idea for the round count for this. I'm thinking 120, but we'll find out soon enough. Come on. All right, let's get some numbers going. nice tech over here. It took about 120 rounds, so it's looking like it's going to be 120 rounds. Alright. Loaded. Set to semi-auto. Alright, now with an 11-1 brick lipo, I just have it running out the side here. It's wired in. It is wired to Mini Tamiya. Oddly enough, my Cyma AK, it was changed after someone bought it. It was wired to Dean's, and then I just went ahead and put a connector to go back to Tamiya. But yeah, it has Dean's connections, which is something I'm probably going to do to this. Let's see, FPS, 330, 331, 335, 316, 338. Looks like 330 is now. Okay. Magazine has jammed. Weird. Brand new magazine. And it jammed. It is definitely jammed. Brand new magazine, and it jammed right up on me. I'll have to pop that sucker apart later. Don't have time for that right now. Looks like it's getting a drum. See if it can take the drum. Huh? No drum? Don't force it. Nope, no drum. That's weird. Grab one of my other AK mags. Luckily the floor in here is slightly sloped towards the door, so all the BBs roll to the end and I just sweep it up at the end of the week. Fantastic. If you ever find that your studio is slightly tilted to one side or not, take advantage of it if you can. Okay, these fit fine. A little bit of wobble, but not bad. There we go. Put the full auto. See what this rate of fire is. And rounds per second, we're looking at 15.6. Shit, ran out. .6 rounds per second. Definitely fieldable. 330 FPS. Might want to bump that up a little bit. I'm sure that if I adjust what nub I'm using, the hop up and all that, I could probably get that to be a little bit more consistent. And the range isn't bad. I'm definitely gonna switch out some of those parts. But other than that, it's gonna be just figuring out the magazines that work best in this gun. With AKs, it's kind of hit or miss. Like that drum, couldn't get it to fit. These magazines, I still don't know what brand they are. They're metal mid caps, and they are fantastic. They work in my LCT, they work in this ENL, and they work in my Cyma. So whatever they are, they're fantastic, and I wish I knew what they were. But I don't. So sorry. I was gonna put a link below, but I got 6 of them, and I'm never gonna sell them because they fit and they feed, and I love them. Let me get some close up of this, and I'll see you next time in the war zone. By the way, Airsoft GI, thank you for this mystery box. This is actually going to be going in my private collection, and I'll be running this gun in a loadout video coming very soon, featuring Ballistica's products from Ukraine, my plate carrier setup. It's going to be using this as its primary. I'm going to be switching back and forth between the LCT and the ENL, because this is just so good looking. But the LCT is definitely custom now. Now that I put a PKP stock on the back of it, it's fantastic. But the Romanian AK, it's got a soft spot in my heart. I love that donkey dong. What can I say? I'll see you next time in the war zone.